because if it's me in particular, we're going to be here all night. Therefore, darling, wrong. That is not the answer to my riddle. Well, why in God's name did you come here? To ruin my fun in putting one over on you? Remember me every time your clothing clings. Is it though? Am I excited the way I would be about a bratwurst? I have a voluptuous suspicion that may be the emotion I'm experiencing. Yes, look at me after all. Listen to the mellifluous murmur of my voice. Allow me to adjust myself upward a notch or two. Which of my parts sings the most to you? For me, today anyway, it's my pectorals. They're glistening. Enough almost to be felt through the fabric of my tunic. And keep in mind, when I'm disappointed, my finely toned trapezii tend to flare unexpectedly. You hate the tireless pursuit of physical excellence? If the answer is yes, I avoid that thing like cheap shoes. Believe me, I truly do understand your position. I am endearingly petulant. It's exhausting having to defend myself. You're making me miss him. My friend. He would have never called me petty, but now I do. I've made a momentous decision, person I may like. I wonder, would you consider doing me a favour? Yes, obviously. If you were genuinely far away, this would be so much less torturous. But as it is the stuff of pure drama. Sumptuous, don't you think? It appears your pipes are not glorious enough to traverse the great distance that still persists between us. Oh, no, wait, I figured it out. Oh, that's more points for me. Huzzah! That's the point, my little marshmallow. We start with the obliques. Oh, lighten up. W's need love too. Away we go. Florence, the floor. You haven't met Florence? Bah, Titus, the detergent. Well, if you think I'm dramatic, look around. What do you think? Gasp! Harper? No. Innocent. Yes. I would lift him. He would lift me. My glorious marvellous. It has fallen into such disrepair in recent years. Honour thy glutes. You're right. Onward and upward. I emerge from the darkness, and like the phoenix rising from the ashes, I call my love back to me, my truest love and friend. If we're going to do a chest workout, it can only be a fly. If it's a press, yes, doesn't it show? I loved it. You remembered. Well, those aren't my only pastimes. Points! Not exactly. Well, sometimes I would be the weight rather than the lifter. Points! I wish you would try. What else should I be full of, cherub? If not myself. Sultry, my darling examiner. I am seduced by beauty. Oh, Truffle, the psychology behind a blanket with a pet collection, I couldn't even begin to hypothesize. On with the game! Just a teensy one. For God's sake, no more asking me questions like this. Science is the antithesis of dazzle. He gets such pleasure from how silly I become over these little things. You're adorable. I love you, he says. Years. Years. It's been years. Yes. Oh, damn it. Do you? Truly? So many don't. Not that I've confessed or confided in anyone else in this linoleum gossip shop. You must do something for me. You can see now, I trust, that I am incapable of solving this puzzle on my own. I'm too bound up in it, and I have loved being bound up before, cherub, believe you me. But this dramatic pause, I am entangled, and you must help me. You must talk to him for me. You must, please. Try to repair this chasm, this rift. It's like a new stained canyon has torn its way through my heart. Gasp! Oh, it's only a nickname. I can't believe I just used that with you. I was the only one who ever called him that, never in public. If I ever did, he would purse his lips. We would flip them and ring them and fold them whilst he was flipping and folding and ringing me. It was, my God, it was spectacular. I was spectacular. It was the most professional of ideas. Sue me. So I just kept talking to Dirk. And Washford was supposed to keep holding me, and the clothes, while Dirk got more and more colourful, and I laughed, and the audience laughed and screamed, and it was... Yes, Marvellously original. Oh, mildew washes out, please. He was more upset about the, flirting. It wasn't really flirting. He was being complimentary, and I was playing along. If that's flirting, then I need practice. Doug was just being so nice to me, and I acted out. Now I still feel lonely, but for totally opposing reasons, which just seems unfair. And I do! I know! It's exhausting! It was exhausting anyway. Well, obviously it was a misunderstanding. He's an idiot, but he's an artist. When I want to flirt with sexy naked boys who flirt back, well, that's what I do! Yes. Just, stupid. You can, leave me be. How do you know he even wants to be with me again? Oh, no. Call his name! Points. I know! That expression on your face, I'm assuming it's shock, yes? Amusement. That would most likely be my next guess, yes. And if I have to look at you very much longer, I may rebel and scratch out my own eyes with a dryer ball to save myself the agony. Ouch. That's your comeback? You are a used dryer sheet. Limp and ineffectual. Hello, you saucepot. Looking quite saucy today, if I do say so. And I do. Of course I can. I have a powerful and mellifluous voice, and I do know the word Washford. Well, shit. I have been placated by your straightforward and heartfelt apology. Sigh. I think I'm going soft. I fear I shall never speak to him again. Washford! Yes. Don't worry, my love. I'm not angry. I'm just excited. And you surely by now know how expostulative I become when I'm aroused. What if, in the doing of you, I make you explode? Because, Cherub, that is a distinct possibility.
When all is said and done, you and Drysdale have made each other explode countless times. It takes you days to recover. Well, goodness me! And Drysdale quickly became its star. He turned the venture into one most capital, for his own wallet and the owner's.
Dear Drydy, do you really need more evidence that you're fascinating? With so much water bearing up under our bridge, I thought the fire between us would long since have been drowned. For tonight, we thirst for life. And now here we are. Breath to breath. Can you feel the moment pulsing all around you? The beating, immediate heart. Yes, I do too. Oh, what a pity. Waste. What a waste to lose a moment like this. I could bring you to your knees with beautiful words. You know it. But for me, love is true in any form. But you and I, what we are, is not love. It cannot be. It cannot be. My heart is already in its embrace. It's always been, I suppose. And even alone, it cannot give up its hold. Oh, pet, I never claimed to be cool. It is a term of endearment. That is your right, of course. I am not taking kindly to your tone of voice. That was never my intention, but I am in no mood to explain myself. We seem to be on a path of poor communication. Greetings, weary traveler. You seem taken aback. Quite natural. It was not my intention to frighten you, though I grant I'm known to be a disquieting presence when I'm in a mood. Tiger, tiger, tell me your little gray cells burn brighter than that. I wouldn't help you even if I could. But Thor has always been more tender-hearted than I. If you want so badly to get out, you have to talk to him. You aren't serious, you jest. You want to hear my story. The Scandelabra has locked you in this place, am I correct? Ah yes, le bon homme sans merci. My story is not so long as your stay, I think. I am a servant to the drama of the heart. I have to. It isn't something I chose. I am awash in the scurryings of lives, countless stories. I am filled with water, the fundamental state of all things. Water, the tears you cry when you are born, when you are made, when you are broken. It is the sweat that drips from brows and shaking knuckles in alleyways, in schoolyards. It flows over its own frozen self, down dry and grateful throats. It drops from noses in blazing sunshine onto lemon-printed bathing suits. It is the wellspring of ancient secrets held in rough clay bowls. I am surrounded by it. That's just it. No one does. But not only that. Not only do I hold the limitless, the unfathomably simple, I hold the dirt of life. The blood stuck in denim from skinned knees comes to me. The stains of earth from a weekend spent burrowing into trees, and the slimy, crawly things. The makeup smeared onto shirt collars and cuffs, streaked mascara, and embers of a lipstick that blazed once. All of this comes to me to be absolved. It is cleaned, but it does not disappear. It cannot. Nothing does. I must keep it all. It is a vast treasure house of memory, of senses. It is safe with me, but how could I survive that? How could anyone bear the weight of that much life? It is the words. It is language. To be able to communicate, to share the burden, it is poetry that keeps me afloat in my own sea. You mean it? Then this, at last, is the dawn. Such bewilderment comes with the sight of the room. I cannot tell. You cannot know the agony that exact decision caused me. I cannot talk about it. You'd have to ask Thor about it. The pale betrayal. You have no idea. I have lost my only friend. Yes! My God, wasn't that enough? His name is Thor. He was a phantom of delight when first he gleamed upon my sight. But we are quite forsaken. We were a duo, an acrobatic team rivaled by none on earth. We were swift, smooth, and strong. I wish you could have seen him fly to the vault of paved heaven. Our performances were legend. They came from miles away to watch us, to applaud us, and joy filled me as wine in a glass, overflowed, past tense. But the physical connection between him and me, it is like nothing I have ever known before or since. I no longer partake. Wine was something I shared only with him. Like so many other things, it is. He does not need poetry like I do. When he talks, it is a breeze to my tempest. And to him, my tempest seems but a suggestion, a rumor of rain in another man's country, until we didn't. Until he was too busy to perform, too occupied with other things to tumble with me. The bond was broken, the bright cord severed. He abandoned me, and when he was finally ready again, I was unreachable, locked in my own chillon, trying to claw my way back to a friend who could not hear me. The wall between us has been impenetrable ever since. We both made mistakes. Neglect. Betrayal. I cannot even claim to have left behind the anger that was born in me. Oh, yes. I told it not. My wrath did grow, and I watered it with fears, night and morning with my tears. Yes, it's been years. As I said, traveler, a long and solitary bad mood. All moving things come to an end. A naughty willow. I miss him every day. Don't tease me. Say so once more and I'll no longer be... Well, no, I'll probably still be me, but I'd be so grateful. You're asking me to have faith. I would be hard-pressed to acquiesce if not for... Well, you have proven yourself a friend. Perhaps you're right. Beware, beware, his flashing eyes, his floating hair. Thank you sincerely for listening. It has been so long since anyone has stopped, has heard me. Perhaps you would consider doing me one favor more. If you would help me try to talk to Thor. He is very close by. We used to be inextricable from one another, and even in this state of alienation we do not long for distance, and thus together, yet apart. Will you do that? Will you try? For a friend? Ah, a trade, an intrigue. A chance to upset our dear friend Scandelabra. Consider it pacted. Yes, yes, a long and solitary bad mood. For this, for everything, we are out of tune.
Man, that was sick!
We burst, we fly. I have you, I'll never let you fall. Faster, I'll keep you in my thrall.
I split! I balance, acing everything I try! You're right. Onward and upward! I emerge from the darkness, and like the phoenix rising from the ashes, I call my love back to me! My truest love and friend! Dear you don't happen to have a feather boa on you by any chance? I always dreamed if I did something this dramatic, I'd be draped in a bright purple feather boa. Except for one, but he was a pigeon. Blue cheese? Didst thou say blue cheese? Said. He was my partner in love for a brief, very brief 25-year period. Next question. And what did Gilbert and Tragedy have to say? Really? And do you hate me now, too? It's unmistakable. But I did it anyway. Well, we were in the middle of our act. We were using Dirk's red jeans and one of his chest-caressing polos, and Dirk was just lying there, like he used to, dirty and shirtless, and I had this brilliant idea of including him in the performance. He just kept saying the nicest things to me about our act, and my costume, and how much he liked the musculature in my shoulders, so I kept him talking, and I refused to give him his clothes back. Dirk told me I had inspirational extension. Precisely! Yes. I see. And we wouldn't want to be doing that much laundry, now would we? Oh, I did. I used to. I think if you ever have one like him, you won't think of it as just working out anymore. You'll understand that it's a kind of worship. One does get lonely without that connection to the divine. Oh, no, not at all. I love to talk. I adore talking. Oh, gosh, what do they call it these days? Trash! No, smack! Is that it? I don't know. I loved calling Gia a sopping blob just now. I know! I can lie down with Florence, grasp Titus by her glorious epaulets, and rush and twist her for 3 sets of 20. Dear Barbara, you're right. I didn't even think of that. So you've met her, then? It's the glorious, marvelous. It's my favorite muscle group. I even love sitting on it, I'm that much of a fan. Gasp! Harper! No, innocent. She is a lovely girl, but I don't want her getting any ideas about attachment, interest, lifelong devotion and betrayal, that sort of thing. She's touchy. Yes, my darling, yes! Lean into that feeling. God, it feels so good to move. This sweat, this stretch, it's bringing up the boldest and most daring idea for me. I'm wondering if you would do me a favor.
Not for those who pry us apart. You cannot be proposing to include me in your ridiculous little flirtation.
Guillaume is not interrupting anything. He is welcome here. And I absolutely do not need a babysitter to defend my interests. I haven't had one since I was a schematic, and he kept spilling his lukewarm coffee on me anyway. Hardly parental. What I needed was not another lover, but a friend. A true, bold friend.
A grand and glorious exhibition of acrobatic magnificence.
I'm way older than you, dude. No, you said, desist in this distressing discussion. I bite my thumb at you. Cease and prattle no more, you flippin' faceless fop. Remember? Doesn't work that way, my dude. Hey, what up, human? Listen, I'm gonna make your life suck pretty soon, but right now I got some other torment to dish out. See ya.
Oh, look at who it is. My newest little cheeky monkey. Oh, not to worry, Washy. It's just a pet name. You're the only monkey who climbs this tree forevermore. Oh, isn't that sweet? And goodbye. Come back soon. Bring Chardonnay next time, Cherub. What did you just say, Washy? It sounded ridiculous. Yes, hi. I love visits, you know. We shall be real. Oh, dear Barbara, I always dreamed this day would come. I just have to say, I am blown away that it's come at the hands of our lovely new friend. Well, yes, of course I knew. And look, it's happening. So there. And we'll talk about you the whole time you're gone. Oh, you better be. If not, I think I'll just burst. On board? On board? My God, Cherub, I was born on board! Washy, you living God, look at you! That I did, darling, light of my life. And now we can truly live together. Oh, monkey, are you suggesting what I think you're suggesting? Honored? Ha! Well, all right, not ha, but to hell with honored. We're turned on, is what we are. Buckle up, Buttercup. Oh, Cherub, don't worry. I haven't dropped anyone in decades.
Oh, look, a fantastic red shirt. I imagine you want me to swoon. My, your fantastic red shirt. The crimson of a burning sunset. I love it!
A handsome acrobat greets you with a small yet theatrical little bow, placing a hand on his chest and tipping his head forward. He has the aura of a veteran showman, but he doesn't look particularly pleased to have you as his audience. The mention of Drysdale makes Washford's eyes narrow. He gazes off into the distance, something clearly weighing on him. His eyes narrow for a few moments, and then he sighs. Washford rolls his eyes. He gestures to himself. He gestures to your dryer. Washford looks deeply unhappy. He's hardly the cheeriest guy in the house as it is, but this is a new level. Washford's realization is a much quieter affair than you'd imagined. There's no wonder or laughter, no gasps or cries of amazement. He only inspects himself with a dispassionate gaze, shrugging. Washford and Drysdale look each other up and down, in disbelief and then joy, each examining the other and laughing. Drysdale lifts Washford into his arms, the two of them sharing a tender embrace. They break apart just enough to give you a positively devilish look. The spectral energy flows through your dateviators, and what was once merely a washing machine becomes Washford as a student is Washford as a teacher. Passionate, dated perhaps, but sincere, with every caress a whispered word, with every lesson mastered a grateful and mischievous smile. But when you return, he is gone. You search and call, but he is nowhere to be found, until at last, on your window pane, a heart drawn with a fingertip and a single bead of condensation dripping slowly to the sill. Washford denied any interest in involving himself in the world he found outside the house. He travelled mostly by night and always alone, until he found himself in an abandoned cabin on the edge of a high coastal promontory. Over the course of the next several months, he patched and repaired the ailing structure. He bought a tea kettle. He arranged for weekly grocery deliveries, but only to the property edge, to be left there. He filled his cabin with books of every variety and nationality, including a fair number written after the year 1900, as a memory of you. He spends his days reading, writing, and looking out of his window at the lonely sea. The spectral energy flows through your dateviators, and what was once merely a washer and dry unit becomes, despite an initial bout of trepidation, you find Washford and Drysdale to be consummate lovers. Gentle, powerful, exploratory, and joyous. There are a few things you decide you're not ready to try, but for the most part, and in more ways than you can count, it becomes one of the great adventures in your memory. Washford and Drysdale did at least one thing together perfectly, and now in their human forms they took to it once more. Not being made of metal made them fly faster and higher than ever before. As an acrobatic duo, they remained unmatched, and they've added several new skills to their combined repertoire. Drysdale took up aerial silks, lyra, and pole dancing. Washford became quite proficient at juggling swords and fire, and together they perfected a tandem trick diving routine. They're currently working on an act that incorporates silk, fire, and acrobatics in a single series of tricks, and so far only one doublet has been burned to ash. They are hopeful, adored, and they are very much in love. Washford turns from you and begins working on the rags right away. You spend your time gabbing with the two about lifting, both weights and one's intellectual capacities.
That guy talks way too much.
I want him to think I'm cool. Washford is our first realization. Oh, I hope he thinks I'm cool. We don't need Drysdale where we're going, Washford. We're going to realize these two first. Oh, I love a good love story. Okay, you two. Now kiss.
You rang? From Gerald. I had loaned them to him over 12 fortnights ago, which is a rather long time to still need scouring. Thank you for returning these. I trust he's doing well? Greetings, weary traveler. You seem taken aback. Quite natural. It was not my intention to frighten you, though I grant I'm known to be a disquieting presence when I'm in a mood. Naturally, my senses are heightened when I'm in a mood. Tiger, tiger, tell me your little gray cells burn brighter than that. Yes, yes, a long and solitary bad mood. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. You aren't serious. You jest. A little jesting? I suppose I can handle that. You want to hear my story? Well, forgive me if it is. I'm sure you have much more pressing things to do. I'm used to being left with my door open, so to speak. I'm riveted. Ah, yes, le bon homme sans merci. Long or not long, you'll have to be the judge. I drowned in the water so long ago I can no longer tell its depth. I am a servant to the drama of the heart. I have to. It isn't something I chose. Polysyllabic alliteration. Perhaps I've underestimated you. Though I tend to do that, surrounded as I am by witless whatsits. Ah, sigh. Good, bad, what's the difference? You came back. Nothing more interesting than me out there after all, A willing audience. It's been too long. Ye gods, what a soap opera. Is this about Drysdale? How did you know? Prepare to get 5. Not at this one. It has stumped a heart as profound as mine, an energy as bright as his. I am awash in the scurryings of lives, countless stories. I am filled with water, the fundamental state of all things. Water, the tears you cry when you are born, when you are made, when you are broken. It is the sweat that drips from brows and shaking knuckles in alleyways, in schoolyards. It flows over its own frozen self down dry and grateful throats. It drops from noses in blazing sunshine onto lemon-printed bathing suits. It is the wellspring of ancient secrets, held in rough clay bowls. I am surrounded by it. That's just it. No one does. You cannot know the agony that exact decision has caused me. I cannot talk about it. You'll have to ask Drysdale about it. The pale betrayal, do you? He must have let fly all our secrets. You have no idea. But not only that. Not only do I hold the limitless, the unfathomably simple. I hold the dirt of life. The blood stuck in denim from skin knees comes to me. The stains of earth from a weekend spent burrowing into trees, and the slimy, crawly things, the makeup smeared onto shirt collars and cuffs, streaked mascara, and embers of a lipstick that blazed once. All of this comes to me to be absolved. It may be dissolved, but it does not disappear. It cannot. Nothing does. I must keep it all. It is a vast treasure house of memories, of senses, and it is safe with me. But how can I, just me, survive that? How could anyone bear the weight of that much life? Ah, thus are explained the cracker crumbs in the pockets of T-shirts. It is the words. It is language. To be able to communicate, to share the burden. It is poetry that keeps me afloat in my own sea. You mean it? Then this at last is the dawn? Such bewilderment comes with the sight of the room. I cannot tell. I have lost my only friend. Oh. Yes, my God, haven't I done enough? Drysdale. He was a phantom of delight when first he gleamed upon my sight. But we are quite forsaken. His name is Drysdale. If you must parse down his fullness, yes, he's the dryer. I'm Washford. He's Drysdale. Ugh, nitwit. Is it possible to really know a true partner as I have? We were a duo. An acrobatic team rivaled by none on earth. We were swift, smooth, and strong. I wish you could have seen him fly to the vault of paved heaven. Our performances were legend. They came from many rooms away to watch us, to applaud us, and joy filled me as wine in a glass overflowed. Past tense. Beans? But the physical connection between him and me, it is like nothing I have ever known before or since. I no longer partake. Wine was something I shared only with him. Like so many other things, he does not need poetry like I do. When he talks, it is a breeze to my tempest, and to him my tempest seems but a suggestion, a rumor of rain in another man's country, until we didn't. until he was too busy to perform, too occupied with other things to tumble with me. The bond was broken, the bright cord severed. He abandoned me, and when he was finally ready again, I was unreachable, locked in my own chignon, trying to claw my way back to a friend who could not hear me. The wall between us has been impenetrable ever since. We both made mistakes. Neglect, betrayal. I cannot even claim to have left behind the anger that was born in me. Oh, yes, I told it not. My wrath did grow, and I watered it with fears, night and morning with my tears. Yes, it's been years. As I said, traveler, a long and solitary bad mood. All moving things come to an end. A knotted willow. I miss him every day. Yet speaking with you gives me hope that I might be able to move on and accept a new companion. Though you have been a rather dismissive and flippant creature, I find I am still charmed. I didn't know I could still feel that way. You're asking me to have faith. I would be hard-pressed to acquiesce if not for, well, I've tried everything else. Perhaps you're right. Beware, beware his flashing eyes, his floating hair. Thank you, sincerely, for listening. It has been so long since anyone has stopped, has heard me. You may have wandered with mad disquietude into a world which will overwhelm you. I must confess, there is a part of me which longs to see you drowned in it, drowned in the darkness and the sorrow, if only so that I will be understood in the eyes of one who is drowned like me. It goes as it goes. I'm positively sopping. I was. My God, I was. And the light and the darkness consumed us both. And time crept in this penitent crawl moment, to night, and I didn't notice. I had not enough breath in me to care for anything but this, for anyone but this, for anywhere but this now, my love. Come with me, come before me, with a look so piteous as if we had been loosed out of hell to revel in horrors. You know only a heap of broken images, a casual forgetting of even the shallow breath you're shackled to. You are a poor marionetted hanged man, dripping from his cobweb strings. Come with me. Come into the deep water. I will give you lustful abandon under a salted rage of stars. You fool. No, that was unkind. You do not know him. You do not truly know me either. Pleasure, ecstasy, was he into this stuff? We exalted in each other in a way you could not possibly imagine. Unrealistic. A tragic lack of vision. You're not to blame. How could you understand that kind of love? I could tell you a story to help you understand, if you'd like. I saw a woman once, with a locket around her neck. She stood on the shore of a deep, quiet lake. She was weeping. She grasped the locket, hard, and she pulled. She pulled until the flesh on her neck was raw. She pulled until her tears mixed with a fine sweat on her cheeks. She pulled until the chain snapped under her fingers. Then she cradled the locket, and for one last time, she kissed it. Her lips were dry, cracked, the color of peaches. And with all her might, and a great final cry, she flung the locket out, onto the mirrored water. It struck the surface with a sound like shushing doors. It fell gently through the green water. The chain trailed above the locket like a hand, reaching, longing for the retreating sun. It fell for what seemed like ages. She waited. When it hit the bottom, she felt it in her heart. The burying of the locket in the silt like the burying of the love, forever in her flesh. She gasped and leaned against the trees. The locket settled, the chain finally joining its fellow on the finely sanded floor. And slowly, the silky grit disturbed by love began to fall. It rained down, it dusted the locket, and it obscured the locket, and then the sand buried it entirely. The woman on the shore could breathe again. Her tears were dry, her cheeks glittering with salt. She could no longer see the ripple of her presence on the water, and she turned and retreated through the trees. The locket was now so thoroughly lost in the sand that even if she had looked, she could not have told where it lay. This is what this love is like. For me, its fall was inexorable. Now it has been in this dark lake for so many years, I can no longer even see its outline. And still, it is everything. That is practical advice indeed, but I suppose you and I are just different in that regard. I've never been good at practicality, and especially not with my heart. Yes, they do. You've made me wonder if perhaps your way would be more productive than mine has been. Never mind, I was going to ask if you might look in on him. Look in on Drysdale. Speak to him. I cannot, though I may perish if I don't. I must not, though it is all I think about. And he so adores strangers. It would be no hardship on you, but never mind. It is a silly suggestion. You have no reason. You don't even know me. We, whatever we are now, cannot mean anything to you. Do you mean it? I must confess myself pleasantly surprised. I am not accustomed to surprises, and even less to pleasant ones. You may turn out to be a grateful bright spot in this dreary mindscape of mine. Of course, the middle of anything is a difficult orientation. Which way to face, which party to back, whom to betray and whom to believe in, I wouldn't wish to put you in discomfort. Pissed? What in blue hell? I'm sure I am not. You are dismissed, before you foist more strange apathy upon me. Very much the same. I shouldn't have asked, and you shouldn't have replied. Of course. How vital that we all do what we wanna. Fun. Yes, that is one thing I can guarantee. Have I captured you? Love comes in so many forms, you see. It does not have to last forever to be true. We can be shattered in a moment as easily as in a lifetime. I can ruin you for an afternoon, and in the years to come, you will dream about your hour on the high cliff, while you trudge through shadowed valleys. Anything real is an honor. Anything real is a shrieking exaltation to love. Indeed. Now you must see, you must understand, that words are not just shapes on a page. Words are the conduit. Words are the channel. Through words, I can enlighten your mind. I can challenge your perception. I can touch your heart. I am a poet, dear one. I can touch anything I want. Is it now? I suppose we could communicate via acrobatics or an athletic sexual marathon, but you don't seem fit for either one of those to me, and your presence is not quite enough for me. It is. It might kill you. God forbid you take a risk like that. It must be stultifying to live a milquetoast life. The rock-skip rationalization of a shallow mind. Of course you are. Aren't we all? Out, out, brief candle. Indeed it is. Such depth of knowledge impresses from one who never leaves their home. Tell me, are you perchance a fellow lover of words? Fair enough. Love cannot be forced. I should know. Of course, I see. And I am grateful. It is the act of a pure heart, to be honest. My sadness is not your fault. I am remembering my friend. Another love that has slipped through my filters. I do. As angry as I was, as I still am. Ah, the getting out. Out of speaking with me. Away from here. You must be moving as quickly as possible through the path you've been consigned to. Get to it, get through it, get done, get free. Am I right? The situation is not without its irony. Without yet knowing you well, you're reminding me of another mind thrashing against a self-made cage. These words are spoken when the king was breathless on the battlements at the last pause. He was bloodied and lost, and in that moment, it comes crashing over him as he stands watching his bebowed doom march on. No, I'm simply drawing a parallel between you and Macbeth. He is watching Macduff approach and realizing that all his scheming has brought him only to death. You're standing here talking to a washing machine and realizing that you, at least for this moment, are trapped in my linoleum confines. Lord, give me patience. Truly, pet. My. Who would have thought you and I would have something in common? Yes. I've been trapped here for almost 30 years. Where you are nervous, I am more, shall we say, filled with existential angst. Oh, they are. No, not that long. For most of that time, I had my special friend, Drysdale. I find that having a good friend with you can make almost anything bearable. Met him. I practically spawned Doug. Get out. I told you last time. Get out and never come back here. That means get out. Most excellent. Tell me, do you know of Macbeth? I mean nothing of the sort. I do not dabble in that drabble. I speak of the tragedy of Macbeth by William Shakespeare, circa 1606. Heard but not seen it? Lived it? How disappointing. And you sat in the back, spoke when spoken to, etc. How disappointing. Ah, what do you think about it? I've always related to their darkness and mystery. They were unafraid to confront a noble with an uncomfortable truth. I admire that. Yes, I am not of woman born myself, and yet here I lie. Too true, too true. Modern drama is so soft, don't you agree? The first human I've had to converse with in God knows how long, and you turn out to be less engaging than that damn sock Drysdale used to spend his days losing. Oh, don't I? A jerk? Me? Why, because I'm opinionated? Because I have the creativity to compare you to a sock? Now who knows nothing? That isn't why. It isn't that you don't read the same books as I. It's that you had a chance to read anything, any luminary from the canon of the human soul, something that could have illuminated and burst open and changed you, and you chose to skim through the cliff notes in the back of the room. So obsessed with wherever you are not, whatever you do not have, what is new and shiny because it must be preferable to the ancient and profound. Why stand and dare when you could turn and run? You did indeed. You stood there in your surety and told a washing machine that you didn't like poetry. I think talking to an appliance might be cause alone for me to judge you, don't you? My guess is you never really tried. There is another poem I think you might like, one that truly sums up our relationship. It's by T.S. Eliot, one of my personal favorites. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper. Talent is not what matters. It is passion. It is the longing to be inspired to dizziness, and to abasement, and to all the whirling spaces in between. Are you passionate for words? Yes, of course. The poetry of it all. But please, it would destroy me to know that my passion was boring you. I have too many memories of that, of brightly lit eyes gradually fading. The mask of tolerance sliding over the once familiar features of a friend. It is a precious kind of heartbreak, and my heart has its share of scars. Rather than batter away at the merciless stone of an unsympathetic mind, I will release you. Good luck to you, traveler. What a wonderful inkling is circling around in this big drum of mine. Macbeth was not completely alien to you. Does it therefore stand to reason that other masters of the weaving of words might also be within your ken? Tell me. And for the sake of whatever it is that you love, tell me true. What other magicians of pen and ink stir your soul? Wonderful. Names, names. Oh, and who might these modern mystics be? Ah, poet of love, bard of bold and dizzying devotion, the original pure erotica. He is indeed the gentle master of our most profound and elementary folly. Do you have a favorite poem? A favorite line? Fill my ears once more with the rich food of words. Yes. Ah, that has always been one of my favorites as well. The glory in it. The absolute elegant simplicity. The thing you seek is the thing that will stop at nothing until you are found. I feel that it is a very common thing, this rushing. The sense of never enough, never right, always having to adjust to be better in some way. But literature, the great artists of our intellect and our spirits, they would have us understand that the true seeking is in recognizing that you, too, are being sought. Do you see? Oh, ye gods, have I been this much of a fool? I have been bemoaning and bathing in this salt-brined melodramatic mire, and here, in front of me, has been the truth of it. I am the fool. Ecstatic motion. And don't I, above any other, understand the gift of true ecstatic motion? God, we would fly. He would fly, and my soul would join him, cavort with him amongst the uppermost shelves. the wild applause of the Dipogenes. Only through the poetry of Rumi have I found anything akin to that experience. Words. Words have been my only solace since the day this tomb closed in around me. This tomb of nothingness. This tomb of my own making. No, no, you fool! I cannot do it by myself! Without heat, I am cold. Without dry air blasting across me like the desert winds, I am sopped, dragging and sucking at the ground like a betentacled misanthrope. I am incomplete. I am, ye gods. You, nothing of the sort. You, fellow lover of tumbling text, you are right. How could anyone possibly love me if I refuse to love myself? If I refuse to accept that I, too, am the universe dancing in joyous destruction? Your depression is connected to your insolence and refusal to praise. You delicious innocent, it was Rumi. I cannot thank you enough. I am afraid I shall never know how to thank you. My goodness, isn't it funny? I hear this, I accept it, but in my mind, it is incomplete. Can you see that? Life is a collection of moments. Each moment is a balance, unique, and at the same time, there is no moment. Even the idea of a moment is something that men made up long ago to provide themselves the illusion of control, of logic and order. There is no moment. There is no order. As soon as you let go, you find there is nothing to hold on to in the first place, until the next moment, and then we try to hold on again. Children who insist on peaking, and we must try to forget again. We must let ourselves forget. I have held on. I have held on. But what have I held on to? Surely not the chocolate butter aroma of a cake in the next room. Surely not the sweet smell of sweat coming off the man next to me, or the sparkle in his eyes. It would seem when we hold on too tightly, we lose that goodness that leaks out through white-knuckled fingers. The precious stuff is the first we lose when we are not careful. Oh, my friend, thank you. You have overwhelmed me. You have shown me the thing that I have been trying so desperately not to see. Damn you! And thank you for it. A red fern. I can only assume you are referencing some kind of plant. Has someone indeed written a whole book about a red fern? How wonderful. I don't know the extent of your exposure to this type of writing, but there is a grand thing called the Materia Medica. Of course I am. 'Tis a classic. Well, then what? Because I have read the Materia Medica, you know. Just a moment. Did you once own a copy of this book about the red fern? A paperback copy, dog-eared, well-loved, where the red fern does. From this vantage point, you'd be amazed at what I am privy to. I see so much more than you'd think, perhaps more than you would be comfortable knowing. I am intimately tied to all your dirty laundry, in more ways than one. For many years, that book sat on the counter in the kitchen. When the angle and the light were absolutely correct, I could make out the title. I, of course, have never read this book, nor, I believe, would I care to. Far too new. In fact, I would be hard-pressed to consider anything written after the 19th century as literature at all. That damned Industrial Revolution did a lot of damage, I think. Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of semantics. I am an acrobat. They had acrobats long before they had electric motors. Amazing, is it? Like this red fern, and the mythical land where it does. I suppose you'd better tell me about it then. And quickly. I may decide to go wash something if I feel bored, which sadly is most of the time. That's it? This is a narrative about youth and pets? My excitement over your literary potential is waning. From your tone, jerk is an undesirable mode of behavior. So I shall endeavor to be desirable. You are good to sit with me. I appreciate it. Please, finish the story. Oh no, don't tell me. There is a loss, an irreparable and irretrievable loss. A heartbreak. I need not know who or how. But of course, that is what happens. Great stories are great because they show us our innermost hearts. They show us our innate aliveness. And where is aliveness more keenly felt that in contrast to its own negative, to loss, to death, to alone, I fear I have made a grave mistake, a classic error. I have let my alone take away my alive without my alive. How could I ever hope to rejoin the blood-pumping, tumbling, smiling world? Who? I confess myself in complete ignorance. Though quite charmed by the name, I know not of whom you speak. Perhaps if you can truly inspire me, I will be motivated to learn more about these modern creators. Well, surely you can. You are capable. I don't know exactly what you're attempting to do, but I'm nearly certain you can do it. Should you put some energy into the effort. Ah, a poet. Well, then I like her already. Tell me, is she in the tradition of William Shakespeare? I must admit to being just a bit on my back feet. I haven't exposed myself to anything new in, well, ever. I am and always have been a staunch traditionalist, but we're having a nice conversation. And you have proven to be a pleasant companion thus far. Awash as I am, as I have been in myself, I spiral ever downward. The sirens wait for me, I fear. Perhaps this new music will be my lifeline. Oblige me with a taste of this honored creatrix. What are some of your favorite glimpses into her work? Oh, from a vast ocean of words, I can only pull breath, a slow exhale. Such simplicity, such elegance, such perspective, my friend. Your new poet has struck me to the quick. I have seen all my days before, and I have made them all the same. I have lived the same day until the path is so well worn as to be a trap. It is an oubliette rather than a road to somewhere else. What might happen if, truly, I had never before seen the day in front of me? Good. Good. Funny. So many different meanings to that word. How strange we are to use small sounds to encapsulate the bigness of what we feel. I have felt fear, and I have dressed it in silken syllables. Ye gods, I fear that I, of all, have been the same day fool. Ah, what elegant cheek! I can see the mewling face, screwed up against an injustice, shining like a beacon to all who would enjoy a good chance to play the bully. What a glorious perspective. Just so. You have surprised me. It is not an easy thing to do. I abhor surprise. I am almost immune to shock, or to things happening that I haven't anticipated and played out many times over. I often find that I can be dissatisfied with an event long before that event has even taken place. What? The look on your face. Incredulity. Whining lets the brute know a victim is in the neighborhood. No, you can't truly be suggesting that I am in fact drawing that disappointing energy forth. That am I responsible? Never mind. I do not like your poet. Such disquiet in my mind from a single line of text. But the pain, the longing, the missing. Could it be I have had the power? Could it be I am my own best victim? Oh, delicious. Another opportunity to self-examine and come up wanting. I do so gravitate toward things like that. I find I am both disappointed and in love with my own shortcomings. I do wonder what would happen if I ever let go of them. Who would I be if I were just happy? What a silly question. I already know. I'd be with him. I'd be dancing. I'd have the balance of heat and warmth and gently caustic humor to dry me out and warm the chill of my waning pipes. I was happy. I know it would be that again. Could be, could have been. Oh, please. May that biting tongue smart in your mouth. I have no more control over my state than the sea has over the sky. I am a victim of the circumstance, not its architect. No, are you saying? But of course you are. that I'm in charge here. That I'm drawing the brutish world toward me, a sickening embrace pulled tighter by... me? Stop it. All I have to do to stop it is stop it. Well, I can see why you like her so much. Courage to trust love. I have not found love to be a trustworthy force. I have found it to be powerful, but fickle. I find a weariness springing up in me. You are bringing a challenge to me. I don't recognize the challenge, but I feel it in my bones. The exhaustion of a fight already lost. So the love I miss, the great love and the great hole it's left in me, are you saying I might have created that? How is it that it took a new poet, a mage of the new era, to bring this realization into the light? I confess myself overwhelmed. If there is this much to learn, this much that I have never known, how will I do it all? And must I? May I? So we are, talking about a brand new world I have never seen. A world I have never wanted to see, truth be told. It is a strange sensation indeed to want to believe you are to blame, and to shy away from the bald fact of your own responsibilities. Perhaps I am stuck in the old. Stuck. Ah, Stephen. And he is a thing. A step stool, perhaps? This Stephen. When was he writing? Did he write much? A pamphlet? A modern writer. I begin again to doubt the wisdom of a conversation between us about literature. A modern writer might have value. Surely. And we as Earth-dwellers may one day touch the moon. No, we haven't. I know we haven't. I certainly haven't. You tell me that I of all things am uneducated, just because I don't know this king of yours, Sigmund Snorbert? Stephen, I am no longer well-read. Well, what if I don't want to? What if I can't? What if I am what I am? And there is no space for anything new in this mummified set of traits and beliefs. What if I am not flexible enough to do even a basic double spin? Oh, God! All of our time together. All of the talking. All of it. And you come out in the wash as another sticky something that will foul machine and clothing alike. No matter how much water pours from my generous heart, more time wasted, more sadness to add to the barrel where salt whiskey will distill until the breaking of the world. Another mistake. The same. Again, excellent. A creator who inspires such devotion must be exceptional. I have not heard of this person, but I am willing to give you the benefit of a moment more of my attention. Sarcasm. I would be insulted, but sadly I'm quite familiar with it. Familiar and unfazed. Proceed. No. You've never heard of Alva J. Fisher, so I'd say we're even. The inventor of the washing machine, 1908. Well, yes, 1908 is quite close to that boundary, you'll admit. And after that, I really did stop caring to look any further forward, so here we are. Now, are you going to tell me about this dull, keen fellow or not? I've been set in my ways for some time now. But sadness will do that, you see. Sadness becomes a kind of spiritual glue. It leaks from the soles of your feet and suckers you to the earth. Every step you take, if you take them, is with the dirt you stand on caking itself ever more thickly to your soul. Then the dirt is ankle deep, then knee, and then at last your heart looks downwards, and not ahead, and loses the will to keep fighting. The modern world, it has been just beyond my reach, beyond my will. I have saved my pride by becoming proud of that unbridgeable gulf. I do not know. How could I ever be free of it? Do I want to? And around we go again. A vortex to well-trodden paths. Ah, is this the one with the folks with pointed ears? And that race of very small people with hairy feet? I don't know it for myself, no. But you watch far too much television. So what indeed? Truly you should do as you will. My advice shouldn't hinder you. Why would the meanderings of an oversight have bearing on the life of one so vibrant as you? You see, my continued existence is an accident. It must be an accident. My world is already ended. So what point could there be for you to watch less television simply because I say so? One day soon someone will recognize the mistake and correct it, and all shall be as it should be. And you won't have needed to teach me about modern writers at all. Forgive me, I am confused. You were alone with 100 beers. Ah, strange title. I suppose I much prefer titles that tell you very clearly what you're about to participate in. The most excellent and lamentable tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. Clear. Affecting. Now there was a truly gifted artist. I think if all I had to read for the rest of time was Shakespeare, I would survive. I'd like to say that I would thrive, that I would live fully. But that is unlikely. I have not thrived in years. No, I have not. I suppose you could tell me what it's about. But if it was written after the 19th century, I'm not sure it would hold my interest. No, with my deepest apologies. I find exhaustion is taking hold of me. You are new. This much talking from me is new. I generally think quite a bit, you see, and I do read, despite what you may think. But talking? I haven't had anyone to talk with in so long that I tire. I tire easily at so many things these days. Don't let this washboard physique fool you. I am not as young as I used to be. There is even a condition I've begun to suffer from recently. A strange circumstance in which, tired? Of what am I? A downer. I do not have direct experience with that word used that way. But I can imagine a young beachgoer tangled in some careless netting. Is that what you mean? That I'm dragging you down to the bottom of some unknowable sea? Fine then. If that's how you feel, you'd best go. I'm sorry I was not young enough for you, or modern enough, that I'm stuck. Believe me, traveler, I am sorrier than I can tell you about how stagnant I've become. You might feel sorry, too, if you were where I am. By choice? By choice? I may be stuck in the past, but... am I? No, damn it. I am many things. But could it be curmudgeon? None of this has been my choice. I was forced here. I didn't know. I didn't mean it. Oh, God, don't let the sadness cover me again. Ah, the old sensation. My affliction returns. This happens when it's much too dark, when I cannot see clearly. I cannot move. I feel heavy. I feel dark. The weight of the world on my drum, crawling over my eyes like some shadowed army. I cannot spin, and you should see me spin. But then it's this. Slow, creaking, overburdened. There are times I am no better than a washboard at a basin. Go now. I'm no good for conversation anymore. If you want so badly to be somewhere else, why don't you go talk to Drysdale? He has always been more tender-hearted than I am. You might enjoy each other. Try not to trip on anything on your way out. Ah, you are returned. Each sunrise should be greeted with the same surprise and gratitude. I am, as you might have gleaned, glad to see you. I've been thinking about you. I haven't been able to think about much else of late. In fact, love is the prime mover in my mind. But it has been a lost love, unrequited or tortuous love. But a new star rises, and I begin to think of new love. A single bud breaking ground, seeking the sun with an innocent blossom. Would you break this ground with me? Tell me, do I shine in your heart the way you have begun to shine in mine? And now here we are, our gravity against each other, drawing in breath to breath. Can you feel the moment pulsing all around you? The beating, immediate heart? Yes, I do too. No, my love. The earth will quake, and it shall bring us to grateful knees. But when that moment comes, you will mistake it for nothing. What about him, Drysdale? I have dreamt of him. His face has been before my eyes like a veil, covering and coloring my world for longer than I care to recall. I do love him, but do you find that there comes a moment when love itself is not enough? This love was so outsized once that it could hold the mistakes and the pain, but it has deflated. And well, if he will apologize, if he will see what he did and how it hurt me, the love will be free. I will see him anew, and we together will leave that ugly country. If he cannot or will not, then I will leave the love behind. I will carry only the memory. Can it be? Well, then speak of my intent to him, and I shall make a dramatic appearance. I imagine he will most thoroughly enjoy that. The resizing of my love for him has opened me. Perhaps to you, if you will have me. I am no longer limited by false loyalty, fear in a frock coat. Do you accept my love? Drysdale and I very soon shall know where we stand. But you, where do you and I stand now? Farewell, friend. You are and shall be welcome here. I've been thinking that we have had our disagreements. There have been several moments I wanted to toss you out on your derriere and watch you bounce, flopping on the floor with your silly modern notions jangling around your skull. But then I have thought that I have respected you. There are so few beings who would ever disagree with me out loud, much less over time, and even less than that with respect or with curiosity. And so, I am thinking that I may at last have a friend. A true friend. Water, they say, is a universal solvent. Perhaps you are that thing that makes me who I am. You are the stubborn, life-affirming, challenging stain. Yes, precisely, in the best possible way. Do you accept? If you are a stain, you are dark chocolate, or rich green grass. You are extraordinary, and indicative of a fine experience. Excellent! I am speechless. I don't have the faintest idea what to say now. Indeed. Yes. So, new friend, what is on your mind these days? You'll see me soon, and I'll be happy when that moment comes. Drysdale. And what about him? My other true, if lost, if irretrievable, friend. A friendly reply. Ah, yes, you mean to say that the feeling between us is regard. Affection, but nothing more. I feel then, friend, that I must thank you. Your friendship has reawakened in me something that I was sure I had lost forever. I never again thought to feel so awake, so vital as I have with you. You have brought me back into the light, my friend, and I am grateful. My appreciation serves us both, I believe. I have determined to let the world flow through me a bit more. Instead of trying to hold on to the moving river, I feel the gratitude. So I give it away. To you, a deserving recipient. Farewell, friend. You are and shall be welcome here. Happy. Ah, well. One need not be fully a bird to know that one is not a fish. Is it not so? Off with you now, friend. We both must attend to our own spinning cycles. Well, what about him then? I'm sure you know by now that words come to me like moths gather round a candle. They flap in my brain and alight in the most delightful patterns. Chaos and winged rhythm, they are my heart, beating to be heard and felt. But to you, who have wounded and mocked and derailed me, I have discovered I have nothing else at all to say. Are we retreating through time, climbing the sands of the hourglass, passionately searching for our beginning? You and I are a story already written, my nymph, and a grand one. Now off with you, and I you. True love is evergreen. Well, you know that. You are delightful. Run along now. Greetings to you, traveler. You seem not quite so weary as you were wont to. I am glad to see it. To what may I attribute your presence? Well, that's rather casual. but welcome nonetheless. Off you go now. I imagine there are others on your check-in list. Oh, you're back. Allow me to pull out my Gleeman's cape and cap, for surely you are not here to hear or impart truth. You come for entertainment and spectacle, for razzle-dazzle, while I am an empty keg. No more champagne in the bottle. Hate? Why, no. I am disappointed. If that status does not fit in your tripartite distinction, then allow me to speak it plainly. I feel nothing for you, in particular. Perhaps a vague sense of waste. What an overused word. Sorry. So pulled and stretched it has become. I think not. I will not contort myself around pablum to soothe a wounded ego. Though the word tastes sweeter than I would have expected. Sorry. And I feel somehow a sincerity about you. Very well. Welcome to your only second chance. Together. Well, that would be quite a thing. That would be the joy of my eternity. But there are conditions. There always have been, I suppose. But at long last I can name them. I will no longer watch silently while the love I pour into him is siphoned off in dalliances with bare-chested lollygaggers. I must have his eyes. On mine. With a recognition of the past. He must say that he is sorry. I am almost embarrassed by the simplicity of my request. Until that comes, I will not move 1 inch. Oh? I cannot breathe. And you, do you think I should go? We are. We always have been. I cannot thank you enough. What selflessness, what dedication, not just to a friendship, but to the higher meaning of love. You truly are precious to me. You're right. Of course you're right. Why did I spend so long not seeing it, not knowing? I would love to hear your stories. You've certainly and generously heard enough of mine. Come, my friend. Let us move on. Let us together walk cleanly into a new future. The past may never be entirely washed clean, but sometimes we must take the best we can get. Such brazen self-declaration! Do you mean that, daring danger and disapproval, you would have me fully, and share me with none, not even a lover, of whose prowess I have already boasted to you with longing? That's sassy. If you are that brave, if you would fight for me like this, then yes, screw Drysdale. Something I have done, but never thought to say. But no more talk of him. It is you and me, and we shall trace the paths of the heavens with our gripping hands. Hello, dear heart. What a pleasure to see you again. You're what? Good. As it should be. Now, what can we do for you? Well, hello again, then, and a pleasant day to you, my friend. Darling little Stain, that's very considerate of you. Thank you. Surely you jest. You would make me real? You have that power? I have to say quite honestly that I never dreamed. Of course, I shall wait until you return. For where else would I go? Until now, going or being anywhere but here. Ah, hurry back. The dreams may overwhelm me. You are returned. Are you prepared? I cannot overstate my own readiness. Stay ready? Tosh. As if I'll think about anything but this as I watch the doorway like a hawk for a shadow. Me. What was once merely a washing machine becomes me. Merely me. A machine into a man. And still. Merely. Oh. Yes, of course. Don't misunderstand. I'm more grateful than I could say, but in some way, I do feel done. Completed. Over. Fascinating sensation, really. My love. You could not think I would let you leave without a touch. How long have I waited? How long have we both waited to touch and be touched? Not the cool distance of metal on palm, but the warm, soft pulse of blood beneath an arm, a cheek, a belly. There is much, after all, that I have yet to learn about this body. You will be my guide now. You will teach me this new poetry. Real. My love. You knew this day would come? You knew that one day we would cease to be machines and be magically transmuted into actual living, breathing human beings through some shade-based alchemy? Ah, Drydy, I do love you. More than life. We shall stay exactly here. You've returned. Unloaded from magic, I presume. We are still invested, yes. Hurry back now, before dear Drydy combusts. Drydy. My God, look at you. Living. You called me living. Dear Drydy, I believe so. It has been such a long time since we experienced anything like this. What a sacred and joyous exploration we're about to embark on. May I say, dear one, we are honored. It has been one of our greatest adventures, too, dear one.
At least, I would have a question if I were wearing such a fantastic red shirt. I absolutely love the proof positive that those around me are fascinated to distraction by my every thought. Ha!